In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 9, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Charlotte Hornets versus Detroit Pistons. Charlotte will try to beat Detroit for the second time in 2 weeks when the Eastern Conference foes square off on Thursday night. The Hornets lost 3 straight games after beating Detroit on February 27th, but they bounced back with a 112-105 win over New York on Tuesday. Detroit is riding a 9-game losing streak and is getting set for the 3rd game of a 5-game homestand. Looking at the betting trends, the Hornets are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 road games, 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 games against a team with a losing record, and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games following a win. The Pistons are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 home games, 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games against a team with a losing record, and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 home games against a team with a losing road record. Head-to-head, the under is 12-5-1 in the last 18 meetings overall. The Hornets are 13-6 against the spread in the last 19 meetings overall, and the Hornets are 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 meetings in Detroit. The Hornets are shorthanded again as they are still without LaMelo Ball, while the Pistons are still missing Alec Burks, Isaiah Stewart, and Bojan Bogdanovic. Laying chalk with either of these teams is nasty, but the Pistons are much better at tanking than the Hornets and will find a way to keep this losing going. The Pistons are losing their last 5 games by an average of 9 points, and they lose at home by an average of 6 points. You couldn't back either team with much confidence given that they have so little to play for at this stage of the season. The Hornets are coming into this game with a bit of momentum after pulling off a big upset against the Knicks on Tuesday. The Pistons were more than competitive in their narrow loss to the Wizards in their last outing, but the Hornets are 13-6 against the spread in the last 19 meetings overall, and I'd rather back them in this spot. The Hornets should get a rare victory here in this one, so the Charlotte Hornets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Hornets have gone under in 8 consecutive games, which is correlated with Ball's injury. He was not only the team's leading scorer, but he also is the top distributor. Detroit has gone under in 5 of its last 7 games, and it has also gone under in 12 of its last 17 games against Charlotte. I do not expect anything to change on Thursday night, especially since both teams are dealing with key injuries. This game is going to be played at a fairly fast tempo, but I am going to continue backing the under in Charlotte's games. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Rockets versus Indiana Pacers. Indiana will try to bounce back from a brutal loss to Philadelphia when it faces Houston on Thursday night. The Pacers had won 3 out of 4 games before losing to the 76ers by 4 points on Monday. Houston had its 2-game winning streak snapped in a 118-96 setback against Brooklyn on Tuesday. Looking at the betting trends, the Rockets are 5-17 against the spread in their last 22 road games, 5-11 against the spread in their last 16 games against a team with a losing record, and 9-23 against the spread in their last 32 games overall. The Pacers are 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games against a team below .400, and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. Head-to-head, the under is 11-3 in the last 14 meetings overall. The Rockets are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 meetings overall, and the Rockets are 4-11 against the spread in the last 15 meetings in Indiana. The Rockets are shorthanded again as they are still without Kevin Porter Jr., while the Pacers are keeping an eye on Aaron Nesmith, who is questionable for this one. The Rockets were able to spring to life with a couple of wins over the Spurs before they came crashing back down to earth with a blowout loss to the Nets on Tuesday. The Pacers come into this one as the team in better form, and they were more than competitive in their narrow loss to the 76ers. The Rockets and Pacers are headed in different directions at this juncture of the year, but both will likely miss out on the playoffs. Indiana is 2.5 games back of the final play-in spot and needs this game. The Rockets are 500 games back and will likely have the best odds for the top pick in next year's draft. That was the intention for the entire season, and they have succeeded with their goal of losing. They are 15-50 entering this road game and are impossible to trust. The Rockets are only 4-11 against the spread in the last 15 meetings in Indiana, and the Pacers also have the advantage of extra rest. Indiana can inch closer with an easy victory against the worst team in the NBA, so the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Indiana has been one of the most offensive-minded team in the NBA this season, relying on its scoring prowess to win games. Halliburton has been lighting teams up all year, and he leads an offense that ranks 8th in the league in tempo. The Pacers have been terrible on the defensive end, and they have gone over in 5 of their last 7 games. Houston is sitting near the bottom of the league defensively, cashing the over in 4 of its last 6 contests. The Rockets are not opposed to pushing the pace either, sitting in the top half of the league in tempo. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Utah Jazz vs. Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic try to keep pace in the Eastern Conference playoff race Thursday as they host the Utah Jazz. The Magic are 27-39 on the season while the Jazz are 31-35. The Jazz beat the Magic in Utah 112-108 back in January. Looking at the betting trends, the Jazz are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games playing on 1 day's rest, and 9-4-1 against the spread in their last 14 games following a loss. The Magic are 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 home games, 12-3 against the spread in their last 15 games following a loss, and 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. Head-to-head, the under is 7-3 in the last 10 meetings overall. The Jazz are 9-3 against the spread in the last 12 meetings in Orlando, and the Jazz are 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 meetings overall. The Jazz are still missing Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson is questionable, while the Magic are still without Wendell Carter Jr. You really couldn't back either team with much confidence these days, but the betting trends do favor the visitors in this spot, with the Magic being 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 home games and the Jazz being 9-3 against the spread in the last 12 meetings in Orlando. I can see why the Magic have opened as slight favorites, but I believe that there is some value with the Jazz as underdogs in this spot if Markkanen can have another big game. So the Utah Jazz to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Utah could be without 2 of its best players in this one, but as we saw in their loss to Dallas on Tuesday, they still have plenty of firepower. Utah is 7th in points per game, and they face an Orlando defense that is middling at best and could be playing without their own big man in the middle, Wendell Carter, who is questionable. And this is not the Utah Jazz of old, perennially one of the best defensive teams in the league. They are not very good defensively, and the home team should have no trouble pushing the pace and running up the score. This one should be headed past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.